Okay, we'll give everybody a second to jump in. We're going to be going over the astrology chart, upcoming events, and we do have a tarot reading that we're going to be doing for Brit. So let's see where we're at with that. Hold on. Let me make sure that my. Okay. Can you, I hope you guys can hear me. Audio is on. Okay, perfect. Hello. I'm going to give everybody a second to jump in. Just got on. Just got on a minute ago. It's been rough. We're going to talk about the astrology. We're going to do a collective reading for everybody here. I do have Brit's tarot reading. Hello, everybody. Girl, I'm telling you, it started coming up. The more snooping I did, the more that things started coming up. All right, we cleaned this deck out. Let's go ahead and get started on the astrology reading. This is, of course, recorded, so if anybody misses anything, they can watch the playback. Know which client to look into. Good. Good, good, good. Okay, let's go ahead and get prepared. In just a short couple days, few days, Mercury's going to go retrograde. Now, before everybody gets super anxious about it, we've already been in its pre-shadow period. We've been experiencing its the magnitude of Mercury in its retrograde phase, where it's about self-reflection. Everybody that is familiar with Mercury retrograde, we know that this is a time where we can review all of our hard work. Any projects that we have coming up, it's a time for revision. Okay. Once we make it through Mercury retrograde, we have a much clearer insight on how we want to execute the things that we want to do. Let's go ahead and pay attention to the chart over here. Make sure we have my mouse going. Perfect. First thing that I'm noticing, this opposition. I've been anticipating this opposition a little bit here. This is what's been creating a lot of the animosity that you guys have been feeling. This opposition isn't exact. It's the sun is pulling away from this opposition, but over the last few days is when you've been feeling the heaviness of the Sun-Pluto opposition. Pluto's been retrograde, of course. It does go direct in November, but while it's retrograde, any planet that goes retrograde, it's a time for introspection. Okay, it's not a bad thing. It does create some shakeups in the with the idea that it's tapping into your subconscious. So this is spaces within yourself that you may not be aware of, which is why it can be so uncomfortable. For those of you that are incredibly self-aware, this usually hits people a little bit harder just because it taps deeper into emotional spaces. With Pluto, it's about death and transformation. We've been talking about it, but with this opposition, it's the subconscious, it's your own karmic cycles opposite your ego, your defense mechanism, how you problem solve, okay? So this is why it's been incredibly uncomfortable over the last week, over the last week and a half, I guess I should say, just because of the energy leading up to this opposition. But we're pulling out of that. I do anticipate the next couple of days with it towards the later end of this week, that energy is going to die down and we're not going to feel all of that tension, okay? I really do see August being such a prosperous month despite Mercury retrograde. Hi! Hello! Thanks for gifting a sub, Lovebug. Okay, let's go ahead and go back to this a little bit. This opposition has been creating a lot of tension, okay, because of the karmic cycles that we've been reflecting on, and how you problem solve. So with Pluto, the significance with Pluto is that the moon was conjunct Pluto in Capricorn a few weeks ago. And this is where the last 16 years of our life has been basically under the spotlight, closing out those major cycles. And now this is what we're experiencing is the result of closing out those cycles. So there was a lot of shakeups. Okay, so think of it as like an earthquake. I wouldn't necessarily call it a tower moment per se, but I do think that there was a lot of shakeups. And now that the ground is kind of settling, now that the dust is kind of settling, we're now face to face with what our divine purpose truly is. We're really assessing partnerships and relationships. We're really assessing our placement even in our own communities. There's a lot of leadership positions that are, people that are picking up more on the leadership positions, taking charge and stepping into power because of this true node placement. Okay. I want to draw your attention to this Pluto energy. Now, this Pluto energy is trining. No, sextile. Okay, perfect. It's a sextile. So it's not as strong as a trine, but it's still that flirtatious energy, still supportive in nature, but the karmic cycles that we were talking about, right? The generational cycles, the last 16 years of the significant relationships, partnerships, especially as it's cruising through the 11th house of humanitarianism and friendships. A lot of how we've been seeing things is becoming clearer. So when we see, oh, thanks for the bits. When we see Neptune, Neptune is the planet of spirituality and enlightenment and intuition. When we see it retrograde, it's removing the fantasy of situations. Intuition is heightened at this time, but our vision of what we are seeing becomes clearer. Notice how during this Neptune retrograde, everybody's dreams have been nuts. Okay, everybody's picking up energy a lot more. You're following people's actions a lot closer. That's because the energy that you had been feeling when Neptune was direct is now their true intentions, and the execution is now being shown. Pluto is trining. This is the trine that I was looking for. So the trine to Uranus. Uranus is the planet of rebellion and innovation. It's about quick changes. I love Uranus for its incredible power. Thanks for the bits. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Uranus is incredible power to create change. Okay. Now, for those of us that rely on predictability, Uranus can create some troubles. However, if you're stuck in a mindset or if you're stuck in a certain perspective, Uranus is going to come through and say, hey, what about this perspective? Or what if we can see it from this perspective? For those of you experiencing a little bit of maybe a creative block, Uranus comes in to kind of give you a little bit more stimulation. That's what I really love about Uranus, especially with this trine with Pluto. If you guys have been getting in your head about how you're interpreting your own actions and your own karmic cycles, Uranus is coming in saying, hold on, don't overthink this too much, because what you did here is what allowed you to gain the wisdom that you have right now. Okay. I really love this energy. Pluto is also trining Mars. Now, Mars and Jupiter have been conjunct. Their conjunction is separating a little bit more, so it's not as intensified, but it's still in Gemini. Gemini is an air sign that highlights different perspectives. They highlight the extremes of the universe. They see both sides. They feel both sides. So when we have this polar perspective of a certain situation, Mars is going to want to stimulate and create action. That despite what extremes that you're thinking, Mars says, let's take charge. Now, Jupiter talks about expansion and growth. It's also the planet of luck. So despite what direction you go, you're bound to gain something from it. I love the combination of these two planets together, especially through the duration of this month, because Mercury retrograde is about introspection. You're going over the fine details, especially as Mercury is going to, so Mercury is in Virgo, which is, they're very detail oriented. When it goes retrograde, you're going to be looking at how you do things, why you do things, what works and what doesn't work. Everything this month is going to fall into place, exactly like Tiandra said. Things are definitely falling into place. Shit is falling into place this month. Every single one of you has been putting in the fucking work. I know you have, because you guys have been going through tower moments after tower moments after tower moments. And every tower moment that you guys have had, you guys have made adjustments, even by 1%. That's what I call you guys to do, is in every tower moment, make a 1% adjustment. You guys have been doing that because now you're noticing, people in your life are falling out. Situations that you thought were going to work out, you're starting to see differently and why it didn't work out. Or you're starting to see why holding back was better for you than lunging forward or being impulsive. A lot of you guys, you know, despite the chaotic energy, you're thinking twice before you take action. My mom used to always tell me, measure twice, cut once. Okay. And so that was always something, that's embedded in my subconscious. Look at something twice before you make a move. This energy here is reflecting on all of you guys making those decisions to think twice before you take action. I absolutely love this. The lunar energy, of course, transitions every 2 to 3 days. The moon is in Cancer right now, incredibly intuitive. It's very nurturing. It's very sensual. It's very soft. It's very calming. It's very soothing. In the fifth house of pleasure, in the fifth house of fun, of joy, of fame, and of success. So you guys are still allowing yourselves to romanticize about the future, but this Saturn retrograde, this trine, you guys are rooted and grounded in reality. And I love this energy. As we continue to progress, we're going to experience this new moon here where the moon is going to meet the sun. This is about new lunar cycles. Now, lunar cycles are 6-month spreads. So we're going to be experiencing Leo's 6-month spread coming up here on the 4th. So over the next 6 months, the new moon in Leo, everything that you start and initiate during this time will be reflected and or closing out 6 months from now. That's why I'm telling you, Leo's energy is so dominant. And I love Leo energy because of their tenacity. Thanks for the bits, babe. Thanks for the bits. I love the tenacity of Leo. Why? Because they are pride. And now when I think of pride, I think of Pride Rock, right? Because they're the kings of the jungle, if you will. They're the ones that rule over a pride of animals. They rule over a kingdom, but they're so the power that they hold and the stance that they take is just so royal like. I love Leos, and healed Leos, I guess I should say. I love healed Leos. But this next lunar cycle, this August, you're going to get a taste of that beautiful Leo energy and what's going to be projecting over the next 6 months. And that phase and what you start now is what's going to just be launched forward for the rest of this year into the beginning of next. Now, when this conjunction meets, it's going to break that opposition with Pluto. And that's why I'm telling you guys, hang tight. I promise you, next week is going to be so much better despite Mercury retrograde. Yes, there's going to be communication barriers. Yes, there's going to be things that are delayed. But you guys know by now, with all of the tools that you've been given, that delays are opportunities for you to reassess what it is that you really want. Okay? What else are we looking at here? True Note is not going to change for the next several weeks, possibly months. I'm not too concerned about that. Chiron's retrograde. So this is the big one, right? You guys have been feeling really anxious, really, foggy, mucusy energy when Chiron went retrograde. So Chiron is the planet or aspect or position of that wounded warrior. More in detail, the wounded warrior is how your determination or your passion to help other people heal from things that you've been traumatized with. It's that, word of wisdom from life experiences that you offer other people. However, you have a hard time reflecting that on yourself. When Chiron went retrograde, any wounds or anything that you have been avoiding healing is now coming to the forefront. So anything that you thought that you could set to the side, that pile of laundry, the dishes in the sink, the dust in the corners, that's going to be highlighted now. And that's why the energy has been feeling a little chaotic. However, Mercury retrograde is actually going to help us with sort through these things because we're going to feel the energy slow down. And this is why I'm saying this month is showing so many different aspects of success and prosperity and abundance because all of my quick thinkers, all of the work that you've been doing, all of the options and opportunities and things that you have been manifesting, it's all going to become clear on what's in alignment with your highest good over the next few weeks. So that's the astrology coming up here. Venus-Mercury conjunction hasn't changed. It's going to split a little bit over the next few weeks. That's nothing too out of the ordinary or anything that I feel like I need to highlight. Just Mercury's retrograde, Saturn's retrograde. So Saturn, okay. Mercury's retrograde is from the 4th to the 27th, so it's only for August. Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto go direct in November. So once we get to November, we're going to start to see some big movement. Okay, things haven't really gotten better, but I feel better for some reason. Exactly. Exactly. Your sense of confidence in self, that's this stepping into power with this Leo energy that we've been experiencing. Okay? It's not that things are going to quote, get better overnight or situations are, going to sporadically clean themselves up, but your perspective of them is going to shift, and that's where you're going to start to step into power and realize, hey, you know what? I've been feeding too much into this cycle for X, Y, and Z reasons. It doesn't serve me anymore. Now I'm going to pay attention to these things instead. Okay. So your Leo moon coming up here. So what you could also be experiencing, depending on the degree placement in your natal chart, Sid, the sun reflecting over your moon and creating that new lunar cycle energy, things are going to be, not necessarily calming down, but you're going to be receiving a little bit more support in your emotions, and that validation. Okay. You guys are going to be feeling better. And that's why this August, you guys are going to be feeling better. You guys are going to notice how much you've been feeding into shit cycles and how much easier it's going to be for you to stop paying attention to those shit cycles and start noticing other things that are in your immediate environment. As above, so below, as within, so without. You guys are going to start paying closer attention to the abundance in your life rather than focusing on the shit cycles. So the retrograde, Mercury's retrograde, we've been feeling over the last 2 weeks. Chiron's retrograde, we've been experiencing. Chiron went retrograde a few days ago. Okay, but the new moon is going to happen when Mercury goes retrograde because they go simultaneously. That's why I'm saying, like, there's a new lunar cycle. We want to manifest. We want to push things forward. I don't see this being a huge time for manifesting as much as I see us taking a step back and focusing on all of the abundance. You guys are, to me, what it looks like with this new moon is you guys are going to have an out of body experience where you're going to take a step back in your own life and look at all of your hard work. I see a lot of validation coming up here. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hi, happy Jupiter day. Yes. The reveal and money oils. I am telling you guys right spanking now, the new moon energy, I don't see it so much as, you putting energy into new manifestations. I see that all of the work that you have been doing is going to be shoved into those manifestations. I don't think you guys are necessarily going to have to do anything. August to me looks like you guys get to sit back and watch all of your hard work come to fruition. There's a lot more motivation, a lot more positive energy to pay attention to the good things in your life. And you're going to start to notice this shift happen. Yes, validation is important. Validation is important for everybody. Okay? Not of myself, from others per se. Right. So, despite where we get the validation or the means of what we need it for, validation is important for all humans. And we're going to come to a lot of those deeper realizations during this Mercury retrograde. Okay? So that's the astrology report that I'm kind of noticing things sticking out to me right now. I'm sure in the next few days, I will come back to you guys as I'm noticing some shifts, degree placements. I'm really anticipating the moment where this opposition breaks. And I'm curious to see what the energy is going to be projecting at that time. But let's go ahead and pull some cards, and then we're going to do Brit's reading, okay? Just to clarify as well, this month, my subs, you guys are going to be given access to another 15-minute class session like the introduction that we had last month. It's going to be on an activity for shadow work. I'm going to be explaining the nature of shadow work, the concept of it, how to dive deeper into it, and I'm going to be giving you guys an activity to do. It's really helpful. I love this activity to give you guys greater insight to who you are and what you've healed. It's really that this exercise that I'm going to be giving you this month is going to be incredibly validating. It's different from the Feel Your Feelings formula that I have in the shop. So for those of you that are curious or wondering, it's completely different. I have so many different methods of shadow work. I could write a whole book on it. But for right now, the Feel Your Feelings formula is what's going to help you dive even deeper to the class that I have coming up for you guys. Okay? Spirit, can I get some clarifying messages for my collective here? Some clarifying messages for my collective. What does my collective right now need to hear, please, Spirit? Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot. I love this fucking energy. We've got the Star, we've got Empress, we've got Queen of Pentacles, we've got Seven of Pentacles, we've got the Fool. Listen, this Two of Wands reverse that kind of snuck up here is telling me that you guys may be reassessing or reevaluating what path you're gonna move towards, what you're gonna put your energy into. Let me get some more insight on this Two of Wands reversed. Seven of Wands upright, standing your ground. Okay, so there's something about, yeah, Three of Wands reversed. Okay, so there's something about your current position that you are going to, go 10 toes down on. You're going to defend this position that you're on right now before you move forward. And if you needed the validation for that, talking about validation, if you needed validation that you taking a second to reassess your current standings and resources before you take action, here's your validation. Abso-fucking-lutely. Because what I'm seeing here with the Two of Wands reverse, Three of Wands reverse is that, yes, there is a decision that needs to be made. Now, you're reflecting back on patterns right now. You're reflecting back on, previous situations, but you're taking notes with the Seven of Wands. You're taking notes with the, no, that actually was wrong, or no, this was right. I'm seeing you taking a second look here. But the Three of Wands, this is a card of delays. You haven't quite made the decision to move on from something just yet, but that's because you are waiting for, it's almost an aha moment. I feel like you're doing this for your own confidence, for your own reassurance, because I got it clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. This could be pertaining to a career situation, or a job situation because of the Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. There's so many pentacles on the table right now. But aside from finances and financial stability that's coming up here for the lot of you, let me take a look. Second house, Aries. So currently right now, I'm going to take note on monitoring the second and the eighth house transits this month and each week. Because Aries is ruling over the second house right now, which is about stepping into power, dominance, and leadership. It's very much giving this Empress energy. Taurus, luxury, second house of finances. Yeah, absolute. Okay, so the Fool card. This talks about taking a completely different path, a completely different journey. Now, when I look at the Fool card now and reflecting back on this first spread here, actually, let me see if I can, you guys won't be able to see it anyways because I can't zoom the camera. What I'm kind of seeing here with this spread is reevaluating what options you thought you had and fucking scrapping them. Scrapping them. Because something brand new is coming your direction. To me, what this energy feels like is you thought you only had these two options that, that were available to you. But now that you're stepping into power, you're like, why the fuck did I think that? Why did I think I was limited to these options? Why did I think that this was my only way? Why did I think that this was the only thing I had access to? And now you're like, wait a second, neither of these actually fit what I want. Why did I try to fit myself in this mold? You're scrapping the mold and now you're manifesting bigger and better for yourself. Love this. The Fool card that's taking a completely different direction, and what you're stepping into, I've got the Fool and I've got the Star. This is wish fulfillment. This is faith. This is alignment. You're looking up. A lot of what I'm noticing here with these cards is you're incredibly grounded, but your heart is facing up. Your heart chakra is towards the sky. What I've been noticing with these cards. Leaning in on that faith, the abundance of the universe. Very grounded, realistic, reliable is also what I'm hearing. Queen of Pentacles, Empress, and the Seven of Pentacles. But I truly see this month being incredibly prosperous and successful for you guys across the board. Fucking Emperor popping up here, card split confirmation. So we've got the Emperor, the Empress, the Star, Queen of Pent. Love that. Love that. Love that. Hi! Welcome! Do you guys have any questions before I begin Britt's reading? Anything that you want me to clarify? Anything I could help interpret? Why not? Exactly. Why not me? Let's take a look, see. In depth and get nosy. Oh, we're getting dirty with this reading, aren't we, Britt? Stop. Girl, I fucking told you he was gonna come back. Girl, I told you he was coming back. What the fuck did I say? You're like, nah. Okay, let's go ahead and let's tap into this. Let's get actually I want to go ahead and start with what lies beneath. What lies beneath, Spirit? Let's go ahead and get some clarification on this. What lies beneath? Let's tap into their energy, please. Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde brings back soul contracts that are not done yet. So somebody, if you have a soul contract that is not completed yet or fulfilled, Mercury retrograde brings that contract back as an opportunity for you to reassess and or maybe close it out or fix what needs to be fixed. All right, Spirit, let's get some dirty details on Rob, please. What's going on with Rob? Fucking toxic popping up here for you, babe. Toxic, keeping you a secret. Interesting. I see this drinking a lot. Getting played, girl. Sex shop popping up here with toxic. Watching shit go down with getting played. Girl. And running away with keeping you a secret. I think that him trying to run away from your relationship here, or him running away from his feelings, or him running away from holding himself accountable and whatever happened here is what's currently blowing up in his face. Now, the sex shop and toxic energy that I'm getting here, I do feel like it's when I see this, when I think of sex shop, I think of like self pleasure. I don't see this card specifically. I don't see this as like him having a partner, ironically, but the toxic card is like him trying to. The combination of these cards is almost like OnlyFans or porn. Yeah. That's just the intuition that I get from the sex shop card as it's been popping up a little bit more. I can definitely get validation to see what's going on in his love life, but whatever is going on in his love life, it's definitely blowing up in his face. Okay, so if he has any romantic connections, it's superficial. He has to pay for it. So there's something that he has to pay for to get any type of sexual gratification, and it's not going well for him. Okay. Let's see if anything else pops up. Fucking hater. Trash. Bugaboo. Yeah, just confirmation even further. Just further confirmation for you, love. All right, investigating at the bottom of the deck here. Microneedling? Yes, I do. I like to get a face numbing cream. So I will do my skincare and then microneedle. And then do a soothing face mask afterwards. All right, let's get some more insight on this. Spirit, can we get some insight? What does Britt need to know about Rob right now? What does she need to know about Rob right now? Seven of Cups. That's coming back into this toxic card energy, clarifying that a little bit further. His head's in the clouds. This is a card of fantasy, lack of grounding. This is a card of delusion. Awakening card coming up here. I feel like that's a lot of the realization or kind of the getting played card. Running away, keeping a secret. I don't think he can run away from it anymore. Because awakening is a call to action. Knight of Pentacles. Him just focusing on work. Isolating himself. Two of Swords. Yeah, further isolation. Anxious. Stuck. Shit's blowing up in his face, girl. Yep, here. So he's trying to keep it together, but shit is blowing up in his face. Ten of Wands is a card of stress and burden. Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck. High Priestess reverse is a card of secrets. Isolation and abandonment card coming up here with the Five of Pentacles as well. What was the purpose of Britt's best friend running into Rob? To give you clarity. Bestie saw him leaving work. You said he looks skinny. Yeah, he's not doing well, girl. He looks like shit. Depressed, overworked, exhausted. Absolutely missing you. High Priestess popping up here. Confirmation. There seems to, he's thinking about you a lot. There's a lot of conversations happening in the astral. Him possibly trying to even manifest you back through sex magic. A lot of it is mental. But the purpose of running into each other, yeah, see, Nine of Swords. I think the purpose of your best friend running into him was to give you validation that he is still manifesting you. So if you've been getting that pull, it's very much so. Yep. Yep. Now, I still think that he's going to knock on your front fucking door. I don't think it's going to be now because he knows he looks like shit, but I do think that once he gets himself together a little bit better, he'll come back. Come knocking at your door to talk. I'm going to pull on True Emotional to see what pops up with this deck. I have one more deck that Spirit wants me to pull for you as well, so we're getting real fucking nosy. Bottom of the head is bumping heads. Spirit, what do we need to know about Rob right now? What's up, baby? Yeah. Spirit's trying to tell me something. Spirit, what do we need to know about Rob? Self-love. I'm telling you, I really don't think he has anybody. Illuminating, truth, discovery, awakening, that judgment card. He's going through the fucking ringer. Your ancestors are round and fucking round. Girl, I'm telling you right now, your ancestors are taking turns whooping his ass. Under pressure. Anxiety. And you turning your back. Love that. Karmic ties, moving on, letting go, getting free of this. Toxic lifestyle. Yeah, girl, he's fucking spiraling without you. I have one more deck. Hang tight. This one, Mystic Love. This one's dark. I like this one. Mystic Love is a little darker, the imagery. I want to get into his shadow. I want to get into his subconscious. Rob subconscious, please, about Britt. He's so pissed. He's so pissed that you've moved on. Girl. It's taking everything in him to move on from you. I also think the baby mama's an issue. Legal matters popping up for him. Non-committal, independent player. Yeah, dude's lonely as fuck. Homie has no hoes. Unfinished business is popping up here for you, though. So your guys' cycle isn't done yet. Honest or hurting, agonizing pain for confirmation. Yeah, she holds. Yeah, see? Anything else that Britt needs to know about this situation? There's too many cards. At jail for 1 minute. Hi, Irish! Crossroads. Crossroads, my love. Peace. So we've got friends, peace. We've got friends and peace. We've got anxiety and reconciliation. I think honestly, I feel like the anxiety, I feel like it's positioned like this. The crossroads here is the anxiety associated with the reconciliation because it's right in front of you. You know, the friends and influences and the peace card. It's almost like your curiosity is going to want to talk to him to see, just for you to see for yourself to get that closure. But the other part of you is just wanting to cut it off. Oh, okay. Honesty card coming up here for you as well. I think with the friends card and the honesty card, I think you do want to have this conversation to get your closure. But then you're like, I'd rather just let it go. So let's go ahead and find out. Silence, no contact popping up here. Let's see what's within alignment of your highest good. Spirit, what's in alignment with Britt's highest good in regards to this situation and this connection? Two of Pentacles, bitch. They're like, either way, she can have it. The World card covering over the peace. Three of Swords, the Tower. Ooh. Ten of Cups. I think talking to him is gonna open up some wounds here. Knight of Cups. The Lovers, Two of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. To be honest, if you guys do have this conversation, I think he is going to tell you the validity of his feelings for you in that connection. I think it's going to piss you off. I know. I really think that this conversation is going to piss you off because you guys are going to fight. You guys are going to fight, and but I don't think it's going to go the way that you think it's going to go. So if you do have this conversation, you guys will reconnect and rebuild your relationship with him. You guys will try to move on, try to build something. Spirit says you can make the choice for yourself. If you choose peace and you choose to move on, let's go ahead and find out what comes out after that. Page of Pentacles. Okay. Justice. Five of Swords. Okay, so What this is telling me is that you'll be able to move on just fine, but you'll think of the what ifs. So I feel like you'll move on graciously knowing that it was probably in your best interest, but the 5 of Swords tells me what if. So you're going to be brought right back to this crossroads, because to me what it feels like is you're going down this path of closing it out. Like, you don't want to go back, you don't want to have this conversation, you're fucking done, he fucked you over, all of this shit. But then you come back to this 5 of Swords, you're like, wait a second, no, I'm pissed. And you come back to this crossroads again. So to me, what it feels like, you're going to have this conversation with him. So, should we get a time frame? He's going to reach out to you. You won't have to do a damn thing. He's going to reach out to you. I'm going to be honest. I think he's putting himself in situations to cross paths with you on purpose. That's just what it feels like to me. Oh, God, this damn light. There we go. I have Mourning at the bottom of the deck. And I have When You Release Resistance. Let's find out a little bit more here. Spirit Insight time frame. Time frame when Rob is going to reach out to Britt. Spirit is saying on a holiday, and it's not worth waiting for. So he's taking a sweet ass time to do this, but you're going to get some confirmation in a few days. So there's going to be some confirmation in a few days, quite literally, that's going to let you know how you're going to want to handle the situation moving forward. But Spirit is saying, after all this time, like, he's been taking a sweet ass time. Is it really worth, you know, sitting around and waiting for? I don't think you've been sitting around and waiting, though. That's why I'm kind of like, my curiosity is setting in. So December, we've got December, we've got in a few months. It's not too late. So now what I'm getting from these two cards is that this is your mindset. Like, you're free chilling. You're on holiday mentally, emotionally, like vacation. You're focusing on yourself. You're taking care of yourself. I see on holiday, like, self-care. You're focusing on your needs. It's not worth waiting for. You're catching flights, not feelings. This is quite literally where I'm seeing your energy at right now. So for confirmation as far as when he's going to be reaching out, you're going to get some type of sign in a few days, and he's going to be reaching out within the next few months, but you're going to hear from him this year. Faster than you think for confirmation. And next month. Yeah. You're going to get a sign within the next few days again, and then you'll hear from him within the next few months. Now, if we go back to, I'm being brought back, I don't know how the fuck I remember this, but Spirit brought me back to one of our readings where we were talking about time frames of things. You guys were gonna, you know, his daughter was, something was gonna happen, his daughter was gonna come into town. You guys weren't gonna really talk, but then you guys were gonna talk again after that, and there was some type of fear and or feeling of a pregnancy. Now your tubes are tied, so the likelihood of that happening is very slim, but this could be very indicative, or the signs that we're seeing here is probably showing more along the lines of reconciliation. Wait, what? That happened this month, by the way? I don't remember what I said as far as time frames. I just remember the cycle of it happening. So you got the confirmation? Your period was late? You said July? There we go. So, do you have any questions? 2 weeks late, but I came. Thank the gods. Because that would have been a whole fucking nightmare. So I feel like the pregnancy scare I think was let me find out. That was a sign that your guys' contract isn't done. It was a sign that your contract isn't done. That communication will be coming forward. Reconciliation will be coming forward. So you were 2 weeks late on your period in July, and then your best friend ran into him. There, that was the confirmation. My pleasure. Okay. Hi, welcome. Okay, do you guys have any questions? Anything? Anything? She was gonna drive me nuts wondering about it. Yeah. Now I got you, girl. You do have some dates coming up for opportunities financially and romantically, because I see your bag coming up, and I see your love life taking a positive turn. I'm not sure who with, but I do see somebody new. The energy smells fresh, which usually indicates that it's somebody new. But I also don't think that your shit is done with Rob yet. Icky vibes. Yeah, I don't think you've met this person yet. How's our boy Steve? I haven't tapped into that yet. Should we tap into it? Do you think Steve is watching? Should we talk to Steve? Can we get a little bit party going for Steve? Steve, my FBI agent. Oh, Tiff said night night. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. We'll definitely we'll do a bit party to talk to Steve next time. All right. I love you guys. If you need anything, yeah, Mom is here. If you need anything, you know where to find me. Other than that, don't forget to drink your water. Don't forget to drink your water.